The death of an emperor in the Roman Empire had profound implications for the individuals within the imperial court, including the male concubines who occupied a unique and often precarious position. When an emperor breathed his last, a domino effect of uncertainty and power struggles ensued, impacting the lives of these concubines in unexpected ways. This introduction sets the stage for an exploration of the aftermath of an emperor's demise on male concubines, delving into the challenges, complexities, and transformations they experienced during these transitional periods. The emperor's death created a power vacuum, triggering political instability and court purges. Male concubines, once valued for their companionship and services, found themselves vulnerable to abandonment and cast aside as new rulers sought to erase the legacy of their predecessors. However, some concubines adeptly navigated the shifting alliances and power dynamics, strategically aligning themselves with influential figures to retain their positions. The emperor's demise also offered an opportunity for freedom and new beginnings for those who lost their privileged status, allowing them to redefine themselves and seek alternative paths outside the confines of the imperial court. The psychological and emotional impact of these transitions further underscored the challenges faced by male concubines. By examining the repercussions of an emperor's death on these individuals, we gain insights into the intricate web of power, loyalty, and resilience that characterized the Roman Empire's elite circles. Life as a male concubine. In the opulent and enigmatic world of the Roman Empire, where power, wealth, and decadence intertwined, the lives of male concubines held both allure and darkness. Their existence was intricately tied to the whims of the imperial court and the desires of the emperors. However, when an emperor breathed his last, the fate of these concubines took an unexpected turn. This narrative delves into the shocking lives of male concubines after the demise of an emperor, exploring their struggles, challenges, and in some instances, newfound freedom. Male concubines in the Roman Empire occupied a distinct position. Selected from various backgrounds, including slaves, prisoners of war, or even willing participants seeking social advancement, these individuals found themselves at the heart of Roman power. Adorned in lavish garments, they navigated treacherous political intrigues, court rivalries, and the unrelenting gaze of their patrons. Male concubines were objects of desire, existing solely for the pleasure and entertainment of their patrons. They were expected to fulfill their patrons' sexual desires, often with little regard for their own autonomy or consent. This objectification subjected them to constant scrutiny, leaving them vulnerable to exploitation and abuse. Male concubines were dependent on the favor of their patrons, typically emperors or other powerful figures in the court. Their position relied heavily on maintaining the goodwill and attention of their patrons, leaving them at the mercy of shifting power dynamics. This dependency created an inherent vulnerability, as their livelihoods and social status were tied to the whims and caprices of those in power. Male concubines were often cut off from their families and social circles, forced to rely on their relationship within the court. The lack of genuine emotional connections and the pressure to please their patrons took a toll on their mental and emotional well-being. They experienced deep loneliness and a sense of disconnection from their own identities and desires. Competition among male concubines for the favor of the emperor or influential figures within the court was fierce. Jealousy and rivalry ran rampant, creating a toxic and cutthroat environment. Male concubines had to navigate this intense competition. Beyond the confines of the imperial court, male concubines faced societal stigma and rejection. Their association with the debauchery and excesses of the court made them outcasts in the eyes of many. They were often judged and treated as morally corrupt individuals, making it challenging for them to reintegrate into society or find acceptance beyond their roles as concubines. The emperor's demise and its impact. The death of an emperor posed a significant threat to the stability and security of male concubines, as the new regime often purged the court of any remnants of the previous ruler's reign. Their future hung in the balance. The death of an emperor in the Roman Empire had far-reaching consequences, not only for the stability of the empire, but also for the individuals within the imperial court. This narrative explores a profound impact on an emperor's demise on male concubines, shedding light on the uncertainty and challenges they faced during such transitional periods. The death of an emperor often created a power vacuum, leading to political instability and struggles for control. In these tumultuous times, male concubines found themselves particularly vulnerable. The new ruler or ruling faction would often purge the court, removing any remnants of the previous ruler's reign, including concubines associated with them. Some male concubines lost their positions and were cast aside, left to navigate a world without the protection and privilege they once enjoyed. Despite the uncertainties, some male concubines managed to retain their positions, even after an emperor's death. They relied on their ability to adapt and demonstrate loyalty to the new regime. These concubines strategically aligned themselves with influential figures or forged alliances to secure their positions. Their survival depended on their skill in navigating the ever-changing political landscape and proving their usefulness to the ruling elite. The death of an emperor often led to shifting alliances and power struggles within the court. Male concubines, aware of the precariousness of their positions, maneuvered through these dynamics with cunning and manipulation. They sought to leverage their connections and relationships to ensure their continued relevance and protection. Struggles and new beginnings. Some concubines skillfully ingratiate themselves with the new ruler or influential courtiers, while others switch loyalties in a bid to safeguard their own interests. For those male concubines who lost their privileged positions, the emperor's demise could offer an unexpected opportunity for freedom and new beginnings. Liberated from the constraints of the imperial court, they had the chance to reinvent themselves and seek alternative paths in life. Some found refuge within the wealthy households or pursued careers in the arts, academia, or other fields. Others chose to embrace religious orders or dedicated themselves to philanthropic endeavors. While the path forward was uncertain, the emperor's death provided a chance for these concubines to break free of the shackles of their former roles and explore new avenues. The emperor's demise had a profound psychological and emotional impact on male concubines. They grappled with the loss of their patron and the uncertainty of their futures. For those who lost their positions, there was a sense of identity crisis and a need to redefine themselves outside the confines of the court. When an emperor met his demise, the male concubines faced uncertain futures. The power vacuum created by the emperor's death often led to chaos and struggles for control. Some concubines found themselves abandoned as new rulers purged the imperial court, erasing any vestiges of their predecessors' reign, legacy, and historical significance. Some ambitious concubines skillfully maneuvered through the shifting power dynamics. For those male concubines who lost their privileged positions, life after an emperor's death could be both challenging and liberating. Stripped of their former identities, they faced the task of rebuilding their lives beyond the confines of the imperial court. The path forward was often fraught with uncertainty as they grappled with their newfound independence while navigating a society that viewed them with mixed perceptions. The stories of male concubines after an emperor's death provide us with a glimpse into the world rarely explored in historical narratives. Through their experiences, we gain a deeper understanding of the intricate web of relationships. The power vacuum created by the emperor's demise often resulted in court purges. Their ability to navigate the treacherous waters of court politics showcased the lengths they would go to maintain their privileged status. For those who found themselves cast aside, the emperor's death provided an unexpected opportunity for freedom and reinvention. Liberated from the confines of the court, these concubines sought new paths, whether through seeking refuge in wealthy households, pursuing artistic or intellectual pursuits, or embracing religious orders. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, press the notification bell, and write a comment below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating content like this.